illustration did they need from you?
For the illustrations?
Mm-hmm.
Well, because I am creative like you, I did have pictures along the way of what I thought the characters should look like. For example, there is a character that I created, Mr. Gurley, who used to be my mailman at one time, a long time ago. And he and I have remained close. And so, I don't know how long it had been when I had last saw him, but he called me one day, probably in 2000, maybe around 2015, 2016, but he called me, and so I went to go visit him and his family, and we took a picture. So I was able to show her a picture of Mr. Gurley, of the character, and so through that picture, she created a cartoon character of him. And I did know that I wanted the family to look a certain kind of way, so I would send her pictures. Although the people did not have to look exactly like the pictures, I did kind of tell her what skin tone color I wanted them to have. And when I saw the pictures of Mom and Dad that she created, I fell in love with them immediately. Yeah, they were just so cute. And I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so cute. So through the pictures that I gave my publisher and the creative person that my illustrator, Helen Wu, is, she kind of put those two things together. Mm-hmm.
That was nice. So this is the review.
Okay. Would you like that? I'd like you to read it for me. And then I'm going to share it on Facebook if you don't mind.
Okay. Dear Miss Patrick, I like your book because in the end, he was a perfect pet, even though he did a bad thing. I also liked how you mentioned a dog that looks exactly like Chevy because it brings in good questions, such as, has that other dog ever confused anyone, or was he just Chevy's friend? Another one of my favorite parts is that even when he's running, he still takes a slice. From the looks of it, he takes the biggest slice of the pizza. I wish I were that lucky. Anyways, I really, really love why you wrote the book. For your very own German Shepherd love.
Thank you. We had Lucky for 12 years, and a few months before he passed away, he started developing symptoms of a elderly person, and it was very, very heartbreaking. And so when he passed away, I did not want another dog, but my husband was like, "Oh, got another dog." And so because when we got Lucky, my daughter was about your age, and so when Lucky passed, she was already in college. So that's how long we had him. And I just thought that when the book was starting to get put together, that Lucky was still just a big part of my life. And I also knew that there were a lot of other families who had lost pets, and how important they are to families now. And so so that was a big reason why I didn't want to forget Lucky, but then it was like the inspiration of the book did come from Chevy, the new puppy. Yeah. So I'm glad we talked about it, because I was going to ask you, what did you think about me adding Lucky to the book? So, what did you think about that?
Well, I really liked it because I like the picture and I like the story that it brings.
Thank you, I appreciate it.